The elite college students who can't read books. That's the title of an article in the Atlantic magazine. It's got people talking for about a week now. It interviews 33 professors at the very best universities in the whole country, and every single one of them, across categories of literature and subject matter, say the best students in America find it impossible to finish a book, struggle to encounter and make it through new ideas, lose their ability to follow the big argument while getting the small details, and just bottom line are showing up in office hours and saying, I can't do this.
Wow.
And they're not sure why. And there's some numbers behind this too. So back in 1976, high school seniors, 40% of them had read at least a half dozen books beginning to end. Now, just 1 in 10 high school seniors have read a half dozen books. So it's something about the preparation, maybe something about the phone.
Wow.
The technology.
People worry that, I remember when I read Junot Diaz, and it brought me into a whole world that wasn't the one I grew up in. It's a whole different, it created an empathy and experience that I wouldn't have otherwise.
This is crazy. This is crazy, man. I need a sip of coffee because this is so crazy. Shout out to my student who got me this a few years ago anyways. The elite college students who can't read. Hey, man, this is concerning. It's so pervasive at this point that they're doing studies on it because we realize how concerning it is. And I went back and read this article and I was recoiling at every paragraph. I could walk on any college campus in Connecticut, right? Let's say we have UConn and Yale, elite, whatever that means. I could start naming characters such as Atticus Finch, Guy Montag, Jay Gatsby, Baby Suggs, Brother Jack, Alfred, Walter Lee Younger, Winston Smith, and make allusions about Big Brother. Nobody's going to know what the hell I'm talking about. Maybe Jay Gatsby, maybe Alfred. It's a TV show now, right? The Handmaid's Tale. God forbid I start naming authors. People don't really know authors, but at least characters. Holden Caulfield. My friends had no idea who Holden Caulfield was. I was concerned. That's one of my favorite characters. People just don't read. People don't have the endurance to finish a book. The amount of times people close to me, some of my colleagues, it's like, I can't. It got boring. I couldn't read it. I just couldn't finish it. My students, stop making excuses. Not every book is going to be boring. I'm sorry. People just don't like reading. People don't like reading. If you tell me The Brief Wondrous Life of Oscar Wilde's boring by Junot Diaz, as my man mentioned, This Is How You Lose Her by Junot Diaz, you're lying. All right, you know what? Let me not judge people's preferences, but there are great books out there, man. And students are just saying they can't read. They're taking the easy way out. They don't want to read. They want to use SparkNotes, not as a resource and, I don't know, as an ancillary tool to really help you understand possibly what you're reading. That's how I used to use things. Meaning I'd read a chapter, I'd try to internalize it, make meaning of it. Then I'd go back to SparkNotes, or I forgot what the book rags, and really clear up any confusion I may have had. Students are not doing that. They're substituting reading with that, if that makes sense. Like, come on, guys, you're not even trying to read. I have students who will not know characters by the end of a book 2 days after we finish reading it. I'm like, where were you? Students are not reading. And these elite college students who aren't reading, how are you getting by? I think reading and writing, those two things are tantamount to survival skills in our country and just in life. Let that sink in. I'm out of here. This is 3